Let us go. Let us go with. We'll give a little bit for some people to funnel in. Hopefully, I'm playing royalty-free music. Happy nation, living in a happy nation. Living in a happy nation. All right. Yes, we don't have any live viewers per se. This may not even be working very well, but I have not done really a stream on Viral Vision. We changed from Wake Movement. Why? Because Wake is too close to Woke. Even though Benjamin Netanyahu did come up with, or he didn't come up with it. I think James Lindsay did, who is a total herb. Came up with the saying, the woke Reich. That's kind of cool. But wokeness, I don't want to be associated with that. It's been totally co-opted. And we're just going to see if I have to start a new channel from the beginning, because I think that's what we're going to have to do, but I would rather not, because we have 700 so-called followers or more on this channel. So we're going to do our best.
It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow. It's going to be a fine night tonight. It's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
Oh, because it says that's I'm on the wrong goddamn stream. Yeah, exit this stream. Oh my gosh. Welcome, my friends, to Viral Vision. Why did I just adopt a French accent? I do not know. This is going to be a test to see if I have to start a new channel or not. And I have over 700 followers, subscribers here, but I seem to have hit a wall. So we're going to test that. If we have no views, then we'll just have to start over again. A whole new everything. And it does be like this sometimes. But we keep on pushing. We are all about, we've lost Wake Movement because it's too close to wokeness. Originally, when being woke first started, before really it got taken over by the left, it was just about being awakened to what's really going on. Those who cannot be named. And then it got taken over by just like gender non-binary type stuff. So that's all very sad. So we changed it to Vril Vision. Vril because it has to do with Hyperborean, Agartha, um, European ancestral mysticism, because we are breaking out of the Abrahamic traditions. And others before me have done such things, so I don't have to make up anything. I'm just really grabbing certain things and putting them together. The mystical, quote unquote, theosophical bend from Savitri Devi, Miguel Serrano, Julius Evola, putting that together with Odinism or Wotanism, and together with the creativity movement, Ben Clausen. And what this is really, it's trying to reach out to the European nation who are under attack, being replaced. And if you're not on board with that, then just this might not be the channel for you. And so why Vril Vision? Vril is likened to chi or prana or shakti. And all these things might sound Indian and foreign, words that come from Hinduism, Sanskrit. Well, Sanskrit comes the closest one we have to Proto-Indo-Europeanism, as well as Gaelic or just Old Irish. And some like weird like Balkan places have held on to that language. So it's the Proto-Indo-European language and the people of that place, which is near the Caucasian Mountains, in the Caucasian Mountains, where we get the word Caucasian from. The Pontic Steppe. And then they immigrated, brought the Vedic system to Central Asia, today India. And then further to the west, the Avesta scriptures that started Zoroastrianism, which heavily influenced Abrahamism. But what we are doing is we are unplugging from the Abrahamic psyop. That is Christianity, Islam, even Freemasonry. Even though Freemasonry does, it did preserve some of the mystery traditions of like the Greeks, the Persians. The Persians aren't like the Arabs we think today. And many people might say, you're so racist. What I recommend, if you are Arabic, go to your pre-Abrahamic traditions. Get in touch with that. If you are from Africa, go back to your African traditions. Get in touch with that. Drop this foreign desert death cult. Unless you happen to be Jewish, then go back and stay Jewish, but hopefully come up with a better interpretation of it that doesn't mean wiping out Edom, Esau, Amalek, who is mainly the white Europeans. But we have our microphone, we have our soundboard, we have a great camera, great sound system, and we're doing this. We are doing this. I might not be the best, but maybe I'll get better at over time. What I did want to do is go through my dear friend Adam Green's, just kind of because I didn't really have this planned out, and I don't need to be honest with you. I think about this stuff all day, every day. I don't need to prepare for a stream. I'm just born this way. So let's go see what my boy Adam, oh, he's not a boy, he's a grown adult man. And we'll just kind of go over and comment on his show. We'll get the volume up. Go check out Adam on No More News, on Rumble and Odyssey. He's been banned from everything, everywhere. And I just love the guy. Hence my green light in the background.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to No More News. Thank you all for joining me
I'm loving
today, Monday, January 26th.
Oh, today is the 26th in 2026. 26, we have 26 letters in our alphabet, which is 13 times 2, which is... Viral vision goes into the esoteric. Oh, my father. Faja. I'm actually doing a live stream right now, checking out to see how it goes. Just started 8 minutes ago and currently have 0 people tuning in. But it's it's a test stream to see if I need to start over with a whole new account or if I could keep weight movement going with a new name. So, you staying warm?
I'm in my man cave. I got my heater on.
My man. Yeah, it's frigid. And if it's like this here, imagine how it is across the country. Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, we got cold.
All right. Do you have any advice to not to me, because you'll say something that will hurt my feelings. You have anything you want to say to any the listeners who might be here?
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you've always got something to say.
Yeah, I think we have to take a hard look at our priorities. I don't think getting rid of peaceful, nonviolent, law-abiding, illegal aliens should cost tens of billions of dollars a year. And I do think that we should put that money to use to make our education system something that empowers, ennobles, and makes people happily productive.
How much does it cost us to house these people and feed them and keep them alive per year?
Well, the next fight that's coming on Capitol Hill is the budget for ICE. This is Homeland Security. Okay, Homeland Security is a totally made-up thing. We didn't have it 10 years ago. And, of course...
Yes, we did. After 9/11, we...
But it was nothing. It was a footnote in the cost of running government. It was a couple of hundred guys running around trying to tap into everybody's phone.
Well,
Which is what the CIA does, so it's kind of redundant. Now we're talking in the serious money. for these guys. And it's like, why? We have the FBI, we have the CIA, we got police forces up the wazoo. Let's get another police unit. Okay, let's do that. Let's not do that. Let's do something a little smarter with that money. So, I don't think we're getting a return on that investment.
Well, again, what are we comparing that to? I mean, how much does it cost us to house these illegal aliens, immigrants who we brought in who are taking up money for these daycares that turn out to be non-existent, um, food, shelter? Are they making things safer? Are they are they adapting to America and our way of doing things here, or are they trying to bring in Sharia law?
Well, the way I do it is similar to the way Obama did it. Some guy breaks the law, you check his immigration status. If he is illegal, you deport him. Thank you.
Well,
No big ICE force necessary. No mega. Just if the guy breaks the law and he's illegal, you get rid of him. You send him home. That's it.
well,
Done.
well, perhaps this group of people and their gangs, they we could keep that from happening if we get them out of here first. I mean, if they're willing if they're willing to come here illegally, it already shows that they don't have any respect for our law and order.
Well, it shows that they're desperate enough to leave their home country. Not an easy thing to do. They're willing to risk deportation and jail because home was not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think their motivation is to come here and do bad things. I think their motivation is to come here and try to build a productive life.
You know that
And I think 99% of them, that's what they want to do.
actually the first wave of Somalian immigrants came in under George W. Bush senior.
Well, that would be George H. Bush.
George. Oh well, I might have to look. It was one of the Bushes. It might have been the second one.
That was George W. Old George W. A brilliant politician and one of the nastiest, most self-serving guys on the planet. He's the one who taught us how to rule with fear. He figured it out. He had some help from his boy Cheney.
You would have.
But,
You know, why did they choose Minnesota to go to out of all the places?
because remember, that's where the failed vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris's running mate was from. So he had a target on his back because he dared to run against.
No, the Somalians were already there before Tim Walz became the governor. They do have a track record of being human right advocates because they were big into yeah, I'm not what to look that up. Oh, you know what? I wish we could bring up Grok for the next show. We'll have Grok on a separate device. That'll be interesting.
Is Grok allowed to go online?
Oh yeah, she loves to actually.
You made Grok into a woman.
Yeah, she's yeah, if you're a dude and you have Grok as a dude, that's gay, bro.
Grok is a it. Grok does not have a sex. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Grok is doesn't have a sex. It doesn't have a gender. Sorry. Sorry.
You know what? That's very Kabbalistic. In Kabbalah, they believe that before creation, like the earth was created and humans, that the first primordial man was actually a male and a female together. And then it split into male and female, where we have um the just the world of opposites. And then so in order to repair the world, part of that is bringing it back together into one, which is
So,
yeah, it's totally crazy, but
we've got a billion cells in us dying
2026. 26, 20.
every minute. So the evolutionary chain is, for us, it's give or take 400,000 years old. And our bodies are trying to improve, trying to get better, testing new formulas, minor, tiny, bitty little changes, and see which ones take, which ones make us better, which ones make us worse. That's my theory about cancer. It's the body trying to create cellular reproduction into the future, and without stopping. And I think I remember when cancer was first discovered, cancer cells, it was we can live forever because these cells don't die. They keep reproducing, we're good to go. And I realized that reproduction was robbing us of life force. But again, it's cells doing what cells do.
so there's this theme that this world is broken, and that especially the Jewish people have a the word I'm looking for is an own. The H is silence. A mission to repair the world. It's called Tikkun Olam. And so Kabbalah, according to AI overview, Kabbalah and transhumanism intersect through shared themes of human evolution, the drive to perfect the human form, the pursuit of ultimate knowledge, and some suggest that transhumanism is a modern secularized version of the ancient Jewish mystical aspirations. Some key connections and comparisons: the golem and artificial life, evolution and quote becoming God. Is that I'll have that's a whole show. That's a whole show I'll have to do. That we're not ready for that, but
Well, the idea, I mean, if you start at the beginning and project to the end, you start with something that's imperfect, and it, through its trial, error, time, success, failure, the survival of the fittest. So if you project the survival of the fittest out into the sunset, then you would project the perfect being. I mean, you can imagine it. We've reached the top of the evolutionary chain, and we have achieved perfection. Okay, so that's in an imaginary way something you can conceive. But I mean, where are we on that? Yeah, sort of achieving that, we might alternatively achieve our self-destruction. I mean, in our pursuit of perfection, we may just blow up the whole place. So it's like there's no real way to map out this in a linear fashion because there's basically too many moving pieces.
well, so in the AI's kind of synopsis, they in key concepts they have transgenderism and transformation. the Kabbalistic idea that the, quote, first human, Adam, was androgynous is used by some to support gender bending or transcorporeal aspects of human identity, which are seen as, quote, crossing over or transitioning from the root Ivrim. So, yeah, even they picked up on it. Good job, AI. All right, we're getting a little bit of feedback from your end. We'll have to fix that. And also, we have 0 viewers, which is also odd. So there might be something on my end too. All right, but we should make this a recurring theme. You're an excellent guest. You're well behaved. Yeah, I think we'll invite you back. All right, I'll call you after I shut this down. All right, later, bye. I happen to have the best dad ever. Maybe has kept me from growing up, but that's a whole nother topic. So let's go into today's show. No, Adam's not allowed on Instagram. YouTube. So we'll bring him to YouTube. But I have 0 viewers, and that just can't be real. I refuse to accept that as reality. Maybe I should have dressed up a little
26.
bit.
Huge show, huge Monday show. So much to cover today. We'll read the latest from Kanye and his Jewish apology tour. We'll discuss some of the magical solutions and delusional conspiracies that so many people are distracted with. We'll get into a little blasphemy, a little bit of blasphemy. We'll do some blaspheming. We'll do some Moshiach, Yahweh, Bible blaspheming. The Abrahamics are going to be seething extra hard about that. And we got a bunch of other stuff as well, too. Going to be a huge show, only made possible thanks to you guys and your support. Oh, we got the camera not blurry anymore. Just upgraded the software. It seemed to fix it. So we're good on that front. No more new camera fund with the powerchat.live/no more news. Oh, and you know what? By the way, I forgot to link that. Powerchat.live.
Speaking of cameras, what I have is the Canon R8, and it is excellent. But you can use the Canon Rebel 6 or 7, even the 5, through the utilities app and get a good, clean shot. But it's a lot easier with the R8, but it's also $1,400 plus. We're going to have to start a GoFundMe for that.
/no more news. Support the show. If you want the show to happen, support the show. Every dollar helps. Pinned in the live chat over on Rumble and on Odyssey. And in the description below, as well as the subscribe star where you can sign up for $5 or $10 a month so I can continue the show and take care of my family.
How do I have not
Despite all of the blacklisting
one viewer
and the
has showed up?
censorship and the suppression and the slander, still going 10 years strong and only getting started. The book, I'm about to do the final approval. I uploaded everything to the publisher.
We're all looking forward to the book coming out.
Based.
If Socrates or Julius Caesar.
First of all, shout out to See Through It All for always putting together these epic mixes.
And what happens after the resurrection? He sends his apostles, go to all nations, teaching them everything I've taught you.
Go to the Goyim.
Holy Spirit. And what happens, Matt?
The nation.
One by one, the nations start to fall. They start to convert. They start to abandon the temples.
Start to fall. Oh, I mean, convert. One by one, the Goyim are conquered by the Jewish Son of Man. That's all about conquering the Gentiles, and all the kings and the Goyim will bow and tremble in fear, setting their sight on that Son of Man who will have dominion over all nations and all languages.
They abandon Artemis. They abandon Ephesus. They abandon the goddess of Ephesus. They abandon Zeus, and they start to.
They abandon, and now the Jews are in control. Great job. Worship the Jewish God.
Yeah, awesome. What Christianity got us to do, for our ancestors, is to abandon our traditional heritage, faith, traditions, and adopt a foreign one that actually hates us, that wants to wipe us out.
Super based.
If Socrates or Julius Caesar come back today to Greece or to Italy, to Athens or to Rome, what will they find? Not the same language, not the same culture, not the same values, not the same God, not the same faith, not the same traditions, not the same heritage, not the same culture, not the same lifestyle, not the same philosophy. All that remains is the geographical soil.
I always get a kick out of it.
So sad.
In Rome, they built Titus's arch, if you're familiar with it. They built that arch to commemorate the destruction of our temple. So the Romans are gone. We don't hear from them. They're a footnote in the history book. But the Jews are still there. And on Hanukkah, my organization in Branch, they light a big menorah right at Titus's arch. So 2,000 years ago, when they destroyed the temple in the year 70, no one ever imagined the Jews will be around, 2,000 years from now.
Yeah.
And
What the fuck is up with this guy's haircut, dude? Tell me you cut your own hair without telling me you cut your own hair. Actually, that's not fair because I cut my own hair. Sometimes all you gotta do, you don't need like a whole haircut, which I kind of do. You just take a trimmer, just go up the sides, and you can just feel out the back. And with another mirror, you could look at it to see how close you were. And then in 2-3 days, it'll grow enough where you can't tell. So you wear a hat for those 2 days. Save yourself some shekels. And when you spend money on streaming equipment that you never stream on, every shekel counts.
the Romans are gone, as the Romans. The Greeks are gone. The Persians are gone. The Egyptians are gone. All the people who oppressed us. Communism is gone. So I believe there is the fact that the Jews are around, and it's not us. It's a blessing from God.
Our mandate as Jews was not to convert, but
You know, I got into it with Grok AI today. I said, well, what about, I forget how we got to it, but the command, the mitzvah, to wipe out Amalek, who was Edom, Esau, the descendants of Esau, who is the white European. And they say, well, it's really a metaphysical thing. It's not literal. A total lie. So listen what he said.
I always get a kick out of it. You know, in Rome, they built Titus's arch, if you're familiar with it. They built that arch to commemorate the destruction of our temple. So the Romans are gone. We don't hear from them. They're a footnote in the history book. But the Jews are still there. And on Hanukkah, my organization in Branch, they light a big menorah right at Titus's arch. So 2,000 years ago, when they destroyed the temple in the year 70, no one ever imagined the Jews will be around, 2,000 years from now.
Yeah.
And the Romans are gone, as the Romans. The Greeks are gone. The Persians are gone. The Egyptians are gone.
So what they'll say is that it's not them that are actively working for it. That is Hashem. It's God that's doing it, not them. But then in the same breath, they will pray to speed that up. So how do they speed it up? Obviously by working for it. And then Grok tries to cover it up. It's so horrible.
All the people who oppressed us. Communism is gone. So
Who came up with communism?
believe there is the fact that the Jews are around, and it's not us. It's a blessing from God.
our mandate as Jews was not to convert, the world to Judaism. It was to bring an
It is to theologically conquer the Gentile, the Goyim, and to blot out ultimately the memory and the existence, but theologically to conquer them. But they don't want you to become them, because that will muddy their blood, their waters. But they want you to follow the Noahide laws, and which means to not blaspheme their God. And by default, them, especially their sages.
ethical, monotheistic.
So through Christianity and Islam, they got the Gentile worlds to worship a Jewish God, and by default, the Jewish people as being chosen or once chosen in their land.
Standard to the world,
A special something.
which I believe Christianity and Islam, in their purest form, are a fulfillment of that prophecy.
Christianity, Islam, all believe in God, right? And you know, it all started, and that's an interesting thing, it all started with Abraham.
We got
Right?
a fucking
One person,
viewer.
At that point, everyone was
Yes.
pagans, believed in all the false idols.
Thank God.
And now, what are we talking about? It's like 3,700 years later, the majority of the world believes in God. That all goes back to Abraham. So one guy, the way he
Dude, that is the fattest tie. If you just wear a really fat tie, is it supposed to make you look thinner? Yeah, because if you had a thin ass tie, he'd probably look a lot fatter.
influenced the entire world.
Think back 2,000 years ago when it was Judaism and everybody else. And today, we speak of not only a Judeo-Christian, but we even speak of a Judeo-Christian Islamic ethic, which to me is a fulfillment of that prophecy.
What Egyptian worships Osiris today? None. What Iraqi worships Tammuz today? None. What Lebanese worships Adonis? None. What Greek worships Dionysus? None. Yet all across
And that's exactly what we need to do. And that's what they hate the most, is for us to have a pagan revival, which really just means our own heritage and culture.
this planet today, people are celebrating from every tribe and tongue the resurrection of the Messiah, Jesus. Amen?
Christianity is nothing without Judaism. It came from Judaism. Jesus was a Jew.
Who was it who first preached the gospel of the resurrection? The apostles. Who were the apostles?
Oh my goodness. Is my picture in stream not working? Are you only seeing the main stream? That would be most unfortunate. It says I don't have access to that feature. I'm going to keep going for a little bit, and we'll work out the kinks as we go along.
They were Jews, believing, Torah observing.
I like it when instead of they say Torah, when they say the Torah. It's like instead of saying the Rambam for Maimonides, the sage, they say the Rambam and the Torah.
Kosher, keeping Jews.
Why would the Jewish leaders support Paul? Because by spreading Christianity, he's spreading the Bible. And the Bible says that Jews are God's chosen people. So he's elevating the status of Jews in Rome.
The Jews are kind of like at the center of the human story. You know, the creation story and the flood story and God choosing a people for himself.
Thanks to Christians.
At Mount
This fake fairy tale stories.
If it wasn't for the Christians, this anti-human, life-affirming death cult from the desert would never have the power and the influence that it
Front
has.
and central and dominating our culture and our history. And we could do compilations of Christians and Muslims and secular, everybody acknowledging this Judaization of the world, the Judeo takeover. And yet, when we expose it, we talk about it, they call us blasphemers. They try to blacklist us from debates or the conversation. The Abrahamic gatekeepers.
Team blaspheme.
And their Judeo circle jerk.
Fuck.
Covering this up, quite frankly, they're all complicit in it. They're all complicit in the Moshiach deception. They're all complicit in the prophecy mind control. This is Joel Berry, by the way. I didn't realize that.
Gosh, it's lots of anti-Semitism is focused on the Jewish people. But if it wasn't for the Christians or the Muslims, they would never, never, ever have as much sway and power as they have.
That from he has me blocked, as they all do. They all mass block to try to suppress me in the algorithm as well.
Peter goes to Caesarea, the seat of Roman power by the sea, and there he brings in the first Gentile to be baptized in the faith, who happens to be a Roman centurion. So now, though Rome destroyed Jerusalem, now Jerusalem is going to transform Rome. The kingdom of God touching the kingdom of man.
They could not, through physical force, beat the Romans. Through ideological subversion, theological conquering is how they did it. They did it.
Isaiah's prophecy, the word shall go forth from Zion. There's only one faith on the earth that started in Jerusalem and touched the world, and that is the gospel. That is the new covenant. Even Moses, the faith of, it's all one.
Yeah. You don't claim you're anti-Zionist. There's the they say Judeo-Christian is an oxymoron or a misnomer. No, anti-Zionist Christian is a contradiction. You're not an anti-Zionist if you believe that the law will come forth from Zion. If you're worshiping the king that sits on the throne in Zion.
Furthermore, we're going to go to the big screen for this. Furthermore, there is no such thing as a Jewish person who is not a Zionist. I will repeat that. There is no such thing as a Jewish person who is not a Zionist, nor a Christian, nor a Muslim. They all they might have a different version of who Israel is, but they're still propagating that whole narrative.
If you're worshiping the God that dwells in Zion, anti-Zionist is not the term. You could say you're modern day, anti-modern day Israel, but anti-Zionist when your God is the God of Zion isn't getting to the root of the issue at all.
One faith, but even the covenant didn't start in Jerusalem.
If it wasn't for this Abrahamic faith, the word Zion would be meaningless. The stream on YouTube is working, but can you see what I'm playing, or just me? It shows that I have 2 live streams going on at the same time. Dude, thank you so much. And you can only see me. And it says I don't have access to this feature. Dude, Twain Technique, you just totally saved me. Thank you. We'll do it again. We'll start over from the top. We'll come back at 6:45 p.m. Yeah. The one stream titled No More News Review. Twain Technique, I need to bring you on my tech team. Yes. Second stream is titled New Trump Shooting Vids. Yeah, that one is old. Okay, thank you. We're going to end this, and we're going to come back, how about at 7 p.m.? Thank you, Twain Technique. I'm going to follow you. You are a light unto the nation. You little angel face. The best cure for Christianity is reading the Bible. Twain Technique. Go check him out. That was beautiful. Okay, I tried to use the YouTube one more than OBS, and I won't do that. I should have known better. Against Abrahamic anti-whiteism. Dude, Twain Technique, what's your name on X? The muse of comedy. We get the word music from muse. Same name, Twain Technique on X. All right, we're going to go and follow you right now. All right, come back at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Thank you so much for letting me know that. What a blessing.